Hi, my name is Jason Oxen from 208 Disc in Boise, Idaho. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube review video, so I've got a great one here for you today for the holiday season. Just wanted to cover a few gift ideas available from 208 Disc and Dynamic Disc as well. We got the Dynamic Disc Micro Recruit Basket, some Dymax discs available for Championship Edition Johnny McRae and Ricky Wysocki. We have the DD Chocolate Truth that everybody's been hearing about. Captain America Aviator Catch Disc, some DD Metal Minis and keychains, and some awesome DD beanies. But we're just going to go ahead and get to it. I'm going to do a review for a brand new bag that just recently came out. I'm pretty excited about. This is the new Latitude 64 Easy Go backpack. This price point on the bag is $139.99. It's been created to be a little bit of a middle price point, similar to the Commander from Dynamic Disc. Just gives you an option for a smaller, more casual bag than the Latitude luxury bag would be at the $200 price point. It's actually a really cool little bag that they put out. It's going to work great for casual rounds or for these winter months where some slim down their capacity. I'm just going to dissect this bag a little bit. So right now the launch colors for the Easy Go are the red and the black and white. This is the black and white, pretty much solid black with some white logoing on the side here. Other side, back is pretty much all black in this one. I'm going to actually do the review on the red edition. Really like this red color, it's not too bright. So I'm just going to talk about this bag a little bit and some of the features. We'll start up at the top of the bag here. Nice little top storage compartment. As far as capacity goes on that, I would say it's about half of what the top storage compartment would be in, say, the Ranger H2O bag. Just big enough to get by and keep some of the necessities for the round, but not anything too crazy, allowing them to keep kind of a slimmer profile here. I actually have one of my hoodies up in here to kind of give you an idea of how much room. So I folded that up, just full-size hoodie, fit in the top really well. You can fit some extra drinks and whatnot in here. The depth of the top pocket does go down a little bit when you utilize this top slot for your putters, so keep that in mind, but I was still able to get a full-size hoodie in there, which was nice. Just enough to get you by. Regular YKK zippers all the way around on this bag, really nice quality. Let's talk about the capacity on the front here. So this bag holds 12 discs comfortably. The top pocket of the bag is actually a little bit larger than the rest of the single disc slots. I'm assuming that was intended to be for your putters. I can fit 2 putters in there really easily, right in the top. Nice and convenient to be able to get into those. And then you have the rest of the slots here. So I was going with a nice Christmas theme, by the way, if you didn't notice. But I put 2 mids up in here. Getting the discs in and out is really easy. The slots are just far enough apart to where they're not rubbing up against each other. They're padded and reinforced as well, so none of these discs are weighing down on the ones below them. It's fitting in there really nice, and it's not warping the disc or doing any kind of damage to them. Pretty reasonably deep slots as well, so you don't have to worry really about any disc popping out. But I've got 2 mids in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers, and 2 putters. So again, for those that don't carry any more than about 12, 14 discs, this is going to be perfect for you. I saw in the advertisements for the bag that you could store some extra discs up in the top up here. Yes, you could, but I had a hard time really getting the zipper closed or anything when doing so. You could easily get a couple in there and still get it closed. It's not too bad. So there is in fact storage up in the top. If you're not utilizing it for something else, you could squeeze a couple more discs in there and be okay. They'll be sitting in at kind of a slotted angle based on what I was talking about earlier. When you're using these, it kind of cuts into the depth of the bag a little bit. So you can in fact get a few extra discs in there if you need to. That would push you up to about 14, 15 discs, which is nice. But the 12 in the front here are really conveniently located. They're firmly in their slots. They're not pushing on each other. I've got the 2 putters, 2 mids, and some drivers and fairways in there. So real nice, comfortable feel. I like the vertical design on it. Similar to some other bags that we've seen. Makes it a little easier and convenient to get in and out of there. I'll go ahead and talk about this bottom pocket here. Not too deep in there, but enough to put some stuff in. I've got a dynamic disc retriever in there. This is also where your Rainfly is located. We'll get to that in a few. Not too deep of a pocket. Not really big enough to put too many discs in. Not quite deep enough in there. So you could force them in and zip it, but it doesn't look like this would be a really good location to store extra discs. Not as smooth of a load in there as it was in this top pocket. So those extra disc storage, I would think about maybe putting them up here in the top, utilizing this for your Rainfly, retriever, some other items like that. Nice little pocket though, a nice little storage pocket in the top. It is giving you some storage despite the fact that the bag is so small and thin. Slide around to the side here. So one of the things that I like about this bag, even though it's thin, you know, lower, smaller profile here, is that there is storage for pretty much everything that you need. You didn't really sacrifice any features on this bag. It's still got everything. So up at the top here, we have a strap that could be utilized as an umbrella or a stool holder. So let's talk about that. The Latitude luxury bag was the first one to kind of incorporate this umbrella holder, and it's a great feature. I've got a Windbuster umbrella here that I'm going to use. The thing is that you are actually giving up a drink holder when you utilize it, so keep that in mind. I've got a stool that I put in here, I got an umbrella that I put in here. They both fit through the strap, and then you can place them down in the pocket here on the Easy Go. Just like the E3 version of the luxury bag, you have cinchable pockets, so you can draw that string there, fasten this up at the top, and you've got your umbrella on your round, which is nice, or a stool. So I'm glad that they kept that feature in there. It's a cool little feature. Again, you've got this top storage pocket, so you can stick another Gatorade or anything in there if you have to sacrifice this pocket, which is cool. This pocket's large enough for a 40-ounce Hydro Flask. I think they have it rated up to a 1.5 liter bottle, and then the drawstring that I mentioned. It also has this small drain plug on the bottom, like similar bags. So if you spill anything in there, it'll drain out the bottom. The other features of the side here are two pockets. The top pocket is deeper than the bottom one, so I kind of imagined these being utilized more for something like minis. In this case, I got a DD Metal Mini in there. I used this pocket right here for my scorecard, which is nice. Very similar on the other side of the bag. Again, another drink holder. 2 drink holders on this bag. I was really stoked to see that. I was kind of thinking when I saw umbrella holder initially that you might be, you know, giving up your only drink holder, which you're not. You actually have 2 of them on here. Both of them are cinchable. Both are the same size. Hold a large Nalgene Hydro Flask, any of that, easily. Again, same thing on the other side. You got the smaller pocket down here. That's about how deep it is. I've got the mini pushed all the way down. The top pocket is actually a deeper one. So if you wanted to stick like a cell phone in here, it's actually going to hold it, and they're pretty tight pockets as well. So that would be a good phone pocket right there, elastic. Really nice. So you got your drinks, you have good storage for your scorecards, clipboards, minis, phone, all that. One other thing that I noticed that they put in on one of the sides of the bag here, which is really cool, is a headphone jack. So you got a little rubber headphone jack there that if you want to stick your phone in here and run your headphones through or whatever, that was a pretty cool little feature that, you know, used up some unused space. No designated bag tag clip or anything like that, but I just utilized a zipper. This one side of the bag right here actually has pencil holders. So that was really cool that they put those in, 2 pencil holders right there. And then on the back, you got the nice padded back straps. They feel nice and thick like the E3 model had. Should be pretty comfy. You got your little buckles down here, adjustable straps. No chest strap I noticed on this one, but that's okay. It's a lightweight bag, a little more hugging on the back, so that chest strap was something that I feel like they could have sacrificed, and they did. So that isn't on here. Some really nice padding on the back. Really skinny, tall design on this. I was shocked at how well it fits on the back. It's really comfortable, really light, even when it's loaded with discs. So we're going to talk about the Rainfly real quick. I'm always curious to see the design of Rainflies on bags these days, because we've seen so many different types of them. We've seen the kind of the pain in the ass ones where you can't really get into some of the pockets of your bag. We've seen other bags utilize a Rainfly that actually has flaps so that you can get into your different storage areas. So I was kind of curious as to what was going to happen on this one. But very cool that they did add a Rainfly on it. Rainfly is becoming kind of a standard feature in most bags. We recently saw DD release one for the Commander bag, which is really nice. So it was cool to see Latitude put one on this bag. So this is the Rainfly. I'll give you kind of a rundown real quick of how it went on. I was going to show the process of it. It wasn't a big, long, elaborate process. It was actually quite easy. I'll talk about it here, but I just thought to save a little bit of time, I'd have one already on. So the first thing that I noticed about this Rainfly when I put it on was that it actually covers the bottom of the bag too. And I wasn't sure how I felt about that, but I kind of dig it, because replacing a Rainfly, if it were to get torn or damaged underneath or anything like that, is going to be a lot more cost effective and easy to do than replacing a bag for loose stitching or, you know, any kind of water damage that would have happened on the bottom of the bag. But so that was kind of nice that it goes all the way under, and it's just pretty much elastic straps all the way around. So you slide it up over the top, you slide it down over around the bottom of the bag, and then it has a couple of elastic straps that go to a snap down here, where this actually goes down around the drink holder and snaps on. So you don't lose your drink holder when you have your Rainfly on, which is really nice, because that would be a real pain to not be able to get to your drinks on a round just because you're trying to protect your bag. So the Rainfly does not cover the drink holders. They stick out still, really nice. And then on the front, it's actually just Velcro holding down the main flap on the front. So you can just lift that up and get into your discs. The top is covered, so getting into your top pocket here would be kind of a pain. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I'll take it for now in trade for being able to protect my bag. It would have been nice to see some sort of top flap too to get into that top pocket, but it's not there. However, this bottom pocket would still be easy to get into, and as well as getting to all of your discs. So the downside is you can't get into that top pocket. That's okay. If you wanted to squeeze your hand up in there and really get to your stuff, your phone or whatever, it's still manageable. It's not like a complete pain. But it would have been nice to get up into this top pocket, but that's okay. It does cover the bottom of the bag, covers the entire front of the bag. Both sides are covered. Doesn't affect your shoulder straps here at all. Should be pretty good to go on a rain round. All right, so I'm just going to give you a quick shot of the bottom of the bag here real quick. We saw that the Rainfly covers the bottom, but on non-rain rounds, we'll give you a look here at what you're dealing with. So it doesn't quite utilize the bumpers that were on the bottom of some of the bags that we see, but there are some feet down here spread nicely apart. They're going to help protect against the elements a little bit, wet ground and whatnot. And also I've noticed that along the stitch lines on the bottom, they actually have a reinforced kind of rubbery layer there. So that's going to help protect against any of these seams right here when the bag gets a little wet down on the bottom from the conditions. So they did give some thought to all of that, reinforce this seam right here, also added some nice feet on there, sits really flat on the ground. As far as tipping goes, obviously that's one of the concerns with one of these taller, thinner bags. I don't see it being a problem at all. It doesn't wobble a whole lot. Of course, if you have some uneven ground, you may experience something, but as far as just sitting on rather flat ground, it looks fine. Looks like it's gonna have some play to it. I wouldn't really worry about tipping too terribly much. And as far as the sidewalls go on the bag, obviously we've seen some of the earlier runs of the Latitude luxury bag. They had the issue with what we call the Latitude lean. That was just from the sidewalls being a little bit too thin. For the bag being so tall. In this one, it's very obvious that they have thought of that, and they put some really thick sidewalls in here. So I really don't see this bag breaking down over time, developing that lean or anything like that. And the way that they kind of arrange the bag with the bottom sticking out a little bit more here for the bottom storage pocket, it helps keep it a little firmly on the ground. It helps keep it a little bit more square instead of it just being thin all the way down and being pervious to tipping there, but looks like it's going to be fine. So again, this is the Latitude 64 Easy Go, $140 from 208 Disc or dynamicdisc.com. Great little bag, nice medium price point there of $140. It's going to be really nice for a lot of my customers who come in and they're not quite ready to drop 200 plus on a backpack style bag, but they want to get out of the back strap setup. We kind of see that going away over time with the players that are touring and taking things a little bit more serious, moving to the backpack style bag. So this $140 price point is really nice. It has all the features that you'd want out of a bag like this. Normally you see yourself sacrificing things like the umbrella holder, maybe a drink holder. This one has it all. It's got some good storage up top, good storage down bottom, places for your minis, pencils, small things, your phone, 2 drink holders, some nice padding on the back, YKK zippers, reinforced stitching where it needed it, and really comfy on the back. So I'm actually just going to throw this on real quick so you can get an idea how it sits. I usually have my straps down a little bit from the average person, but you put this thing on, tighten it up just a little bit, and it's really nice and comfy on the back. Doesn't stick out a long ways. Very, very light. Back in the day when I was using like a Grip C15 bag, I compare it to something like that. You hardly even notice it's there. It's carrying all of your stuff. You don't have anything protruding out of it. It's not awkward. It hugs the back really well. You can feel that padding down there, especially down by the lumbar. So really comfortable bag for casual rounds, for those that don't carry so many discs. I highly recommend it. I mean, I carry a lot of bags in this price point at the shop, and I'm super stoked about this one. Latitude 64 has put out a really nice product here towards the end of November here. This is slated to release in a gray as well as a digi camo. So I'm going to hold out for the digi camo myself. I can see myself switching over to this bag. I'm rocking less discs in the winter. I'm carrying less things. I'm not doing big 2-3 day tournaments. It's mostly local stuff, winter series, things like that. So this bag is going to get me by just fine. I'm going to switch over to it. I love the Commander bag, but just to try something a little bit different, I'm gonna rock this Easy Go and see how that goes for a while. Thank you for watching my review. This is Jason Oxen from 208 Discs. As always, if you ever have any questions or you just want some extra information about any of the products that we sell or the Dynamic Discs offers, feel free to give me a call. I'm always available. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'd like to wish you and yours a happy holiday season. If there's anything that we can do here at 208 Discs to help you out with your holiday shopping or otherwise, feel free to contact us. And we hope you have a great winter. We'll see you next spring.